heard on the radio if they kicked off your head.
I want to tell you guys again about the absolute pleasure it's been working with Kirsten for the past 15 years.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
No princess way.
Very much.
Awesome.
That is nice to hear.
He's only paying me if he gets his raise.
I just told them there's a whole bleacher structure available here if you want to listen.
And then that's a
Could you?
It's like the whole fire left it is. It's 3 rows of seats right here. The only place you go is here.
Right on the front,
Yep.
too.
so cool. I was like, oh, I don't want to touch it.
Is that like an actual housing that they, like an old used housing, do you think? Or just
Because you can see everything.
Oh,
I
okay.
find it too big. So there's a bunch of
Yeah.
Nothing.
shiver people.
Awesome.
But come drink
But
more.
they-
We'll pay
That's why I
Chris
said the whole
more.
structure.
You'll
The whole
get
structure.
Here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
My wife
You want me to come and get you?
I don't know what.
Well, I would give you
That's a good spot back there. It's starting to rain.
Okay?
Oh, you're putting that on me.
Well, I need some support here. If I'm going to drink more, I need
Did you get
some-
chili?
Need some backup, exactly.
What I'll do is
I wouldn't
say-
be chilly. Just
All right, folks, I see some lights in the distance. The parade is coming. Before it gets here, I would just love to announce some of the supporters and sponsors of the parade. We would like to gratefully acknowledge the support of our major donors, the Office of Senator Joe Comerford, who joins us today in the parade, who has supported various history presentations and the Oral History Preservation Project for the 350th. Greenfield Savings Bank, Northeast Paving, and Cold River Minerals providing the sponsorship to bring in the Shriners for today's parade. Northfield Mount Herman School, Thomas Aquinas College, Dr. Ruth Potee and the Martin family and First Light in support of the PD Theater production featuring Northfield Elementary students. Let's also take a moment to thank and acknowledge our generous 350 celebration contributing sponsors. Cone & Company, the Grassroots Fund, Greenfield Cooperative Bank, Greenfield Community College, the Northfield Garden Club, Dr. Ruth Potee Martin in support of the Tree 50th project, Patterson Farm, Four Star Farms, and Norse Farms in support of the Harvest Dinner Dance, the Cultural Council Grant, the Mass Cultural Council Grant in support of history presentations. We're also supported today by the business friends of the 350th, who are an integral part of the success of this 350th celebration. We'd like to gratefully acknowledge the support of the Cabot Group, USA Waste and Recycling, C.S. Lewis Study Center, the Rustic Ridge Association, Albert B. Allen Insurance, Market Basket, Moretti Landscaping, Aubuchon Company, Kidder Funeral Home, Caldwell Banker, Bay State Health, the Northfield Seniors sponsoring the Pioneer Valley Symphony performance last May, Friends of Dickinson Library in support of the Tree 50th project, and Paul Redeker Rentals donating the use of the grandstand tent here today. Let's give a big round of applause for everybody who supported this. Looks like we've got just a minute or two before the first of the parade shows up here by the grandstand. I'd be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to plug the events happening later today down at the brewery at Four Star Farms. I hear they have great beer. There's going to be amazing fireworks. Hope to see everybody there.
Touch a truck, music.
Touch a truck, live music. Really, really great stuff going on down there. There's a sand pit for the kids to play in. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
You heard a rumor there's going to be good beer.
You guys going the wrong way. Parade's coming from that
Somebody
side.
flag that guy down. Get him
I think that was best police car. I think you're right.
He wins.
Best police car going
Find
the
his
wrong
own
way.
as they say.
Oh, we're having way too much fun already. Way too much
Without the
fun.
beer.
All I need is coffee.
It's true.
Uh-oh. You should scream illegal entrant. See what happens, but where's your
The
float?
police car.
As you say.
And leading the parade, Mr. Bicyclist.
Nate, you should have said something. That would have been priceless.
And the first
I was going to be
cyclist of
like,
the
only
parade.
100 more yards to go to the finish line. Pedal, pedal, pedal.
We're having way too much fun, Stacy.
That's good. That's good.
What do you like? I'm giving you a taco. What do you like?
It's only 5 minutes for the next thing. I was like, way ahead.
Well, he's not actually leading it.
Hands on the wheel. Eyes
He's
on
just
the road.
clearing the way.
Eyes on
He's
the road.
texting. He's texting.
It looks like it.
It's okay when he's in office.
There's children all around.
Is he throwing candy?
It's in a school zone.
In a school zone. Man, that's like
5
triple
violations.
fines. Where's his boss?
He should stop and arrest this guy for jaywalking. Is your mic hot all the time? Just so I know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You should say, can you hear me now, folks?
Is my mic still hot? It is, right? It's okay if it is. Oh, I didn't even say. I was just curious if it was hot all the
If
time.
we've been saying snarky comments.
You know, I should be on that.
Bruce!
All right, folks, here we are. Starting out with Officer Welcome, representing the town of Northfield Police Department, welcoming you to the parade. Here we are. Woo!
I want that car. Oh, I'm running.
Next up, we have the Northfield Ambulance. Northfield Ambulance number 3, the newest addition to the Northfield EMS, is a 2022 Ford F550 Horton Type 1 ambulance. It's equipped for advanced life support, ALS. This has been in service since June of 2023. The color guard today is provided by the Department of Massachusetts VFW.
Very much. Bye-bye. PVRS marching band is after Johnson Asphalt.
Is that one then?
Where's Johnson Asphalt?
The Northfield Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 9874, led by Post Commander and current 104th Fighter Wing member, Senior Master Sergeant Dennis Brennan.
So PVRS marching band goes right after. From what I can hear, this is. But I don't know where they. Oh, this is. This goes. All right. Let me see.
We've got the candy, folks. Next, we have Parade Marshals Thomas and Patricia Shearer, our 350th anniversary Parade Marshals, driven in a 2012 Volvo convertible by Marilyn Lewis. Tom and Pat have been married for 60 years and raised their family living on a farm that has been in their family for over 100 years. Pat is descended of William James, a teacher and preacher in Northfield's first settlement. Tom has served on many Northfield committees, including the Pioneer School Committee, the Finance Committee, and the Planning Board. He served as a moderator of the town for 21 years and has been a Trinitarian Congregational Church trustee for 30 years and counting. Pat also served on town committees, including the Historical Commission, the 6th Town Regionalization Committee, the Northfield and Pioneer Regional School District Committee for 44 years. Pat has the amazing distinction of having served on both the 300th and 350th anniversary committees. Next, we have dignitary Senator Joe Comerford, Massachusetts State Senator from the Hampshire Franklin Worcester District, Representative Susan Whips, Massachusetts State Rep from the 2nd Franklin District, Alex Meisner, Chair of the Northfield Select Board, Sarah Kearns, Clerk of the Northfield Select Board, Heath Cummings and Bijak, both members of the Select Board, and Jesse Dean, Executive Director of the Franklin County Chamber of Commerce. Dickinson Memorial Library trustees were next. Trustee John McGowan and Lloyd Perrell are riding in the 1941 Oldsmobile Bookmobile, one of a longtime Trustee McGowan's prize vehicles. The Dickinson Memorial Library float is behind them with all your favorite librarians. The shelves are stocked with library favorites. Next up, a model of the Shell Bridge crafted by Jerry Wagner and a float driven by Jerry Wagner. Friends of the Shell Bridge is a strong advocate for a new recreational bridge connecting Northfield over the beautiful Connecticut River. Next, we've got our first group of tractors. A John Deere tractor driven by Dan Lively. A John Deere 830 driven by Katie Egloff. Followed by another John Deere 420 tractor driven by AJ Egloff.
All right, so PVRS is moved from here. They're flagged on page 6 of what you should say. I believe that was what I was told.
Next, we've got a Farmall 450 tractor driven by Jamie Munson. A Farmall M tractor driven by Dave Eklund. And a 1943 Farmall H tractor driven by Nathan Smith. Old tractors are really cool. I don't know how they keep them so clean, though. Our tractors are way dirtier and rustier than those.
Those are some really nice looking crackers. We don't see the dancers? Okay. just hide them.
You realize they were on a truck.
The Northfield Country Line Dancers, folks. Northfield Country Line Dancers have been dancing their way through Western Mass and Southern Vermont for more than 20 years. Over the past 20 years, line dancing has expanded to include all types of music, including country, rock, Latin, hip-hop, salsa, rap, and opera, you name it. We've probably done it. It's great exercise for the body and mind. Come join them, find them, the North Country Line Dancers.
We're in North County.
Oh, we're in
This is North County.
Next door, yes, right. So we just moved here. Where's West Northfield? And I was so tempted to say something. It was a sincere question. My wife,
Only one that lines up.
my wife thinks I have no filter. But the fact is, I've got
After setting up everything the other day in the rain, I went down to 4-star and I sat down and ate and hung out with Chris and Chris for like an hour.
Good. They're good company for like. When we do the 351st parade, we'll have a float. We're doing an invisible 351st parade.
you are still alive.
Next is Northfield Caring and Sharing. This float represents the following Northfield citizen-run programs: Neighbors at Home, the Regional Food Pantry, the Tool Lending Library, the Free Store, the Clothing Closet. Please join them all later at 4-Star Brewery after the parade for more information and to find out more about their services. Amazing resources, really, really cool resources for residents in town and our neighboring communities. Let's give them a hand, everybody. They do amazing work.
Well, they did a big road trip for a long time.
Next up, we have U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant Larry E. Parker driving his 1978 Ford F-100 custom pickup.
That's not it.
Nope, that's not it.
Might be it, but it's not.
B11.
We don't have
We
those.
don't have numbers.
B11. The for M&M Family Stratton Tavern. Northfield Historical Society.
It's the Emmon family of Stratton Tavern from the Northfield Historical Society.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was not a 1978.
1930 Model A with Henry Ford's tent trailer.
1930 Model A with a
Henry Ford's tent trailer.
Henry Ford tent trailer. That's awesome.
And a cute dog.
Some of this stuff I can have live as we go. Others, we just got to shout it out to me. This works.
Now, this might be.
This looks like the U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant Larry E. Parker driving his 1978.
No.
That's not a Ford F-150 either.
A Shay.
That's the one-horse Shay.
They got out of order, those.
This, the one horse Shay. Murray, I don't see it on here. I was trying to find it for you.
I just.
That's kind of cool.
This is a Ford.
Right here, right here.
That was.
That's that one.
We've got a truck pulling a one-horse Shay on a flatbed and a 1930 Model A Ford driven by Brian Atherton. That just went by a moment ago.
This is Larry.
This is Larry Shay.
Here we have U.S.
Larry Shay. That's that one.
Yeah,
Larry Parker?
Larry Parker.
Larry Parker. Sorry.
U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant Larry E. Parker driving a 1978 Ford F-100 custom pickup truck. 50 years ago, Larry was in the U.S. Air Force serving in Thailand and missed the 300th parade. Can you guys believe that? He's the oldest of the 9 Parker boys raised in Northfield. Accompanying Larry is his wife of 52 years, along with Mr. Bones, the skeleton in the back. Thank you, Larry, for your service from 1969 to 2009. A modern 2022 Ford Bronco truck, Badlands Edition, with additional packages, driven by Gretchen Parker. Next, we have the Northfield Fire Department. Their antique fire truck is a 1931 Buffalo pumper. It was Northfield's first motorized fire engine with a 500-gallon per minute pump and carried 300 gallons of water. It was retired in the 1960s and is being restored by the Northfield Firemen's Association. It's driven by retired Captain Tom Holton. Behind him is retired Deputy Chief Dave Quinn, Sr. Riding on the apparatus is firefighter Fred Fuller, retired firefighters Ed Doolittle and Fred Avery. Next, we have Engine 1 is Northfield's newest pumper, a 2016 Pierce Sabre with a 1,500-gallon per minute pump with foam capabilities, and it carries Next up is Northfield's newest acquisition, a 2014 Pierce Quantum ladder truck, purchased used from Sandy Springs, Georgia. The aerial is 105 feet high with a 1,000-gallon per minute nozzle at the tip. It has a 2,000-gallon per minute pump and a 500-gallon water tank. These are just a few of the 28 men and women who serve as call firefighters in the Northfield Fire Department who we just saw. They protect the citizens and property in the town. Next up, we have the Northfield Dive Rescue Team. Their van was recently donated to the dive team by FRTA, the Franklin Regional Transit Authority. The 2016 Ford minibus was converted by the dive team to respond to any type of water emergency in the county. It carries an array of water rescue equipment, extra scuba tanks, serves as a command post and staging area. Next up, the First Parish Unitarian Church of Northfield. Massachusetts is the town's oldest church. The current building was constructed in 1872 when a new bell was donated and a clock was provided by the town. Today's First Parish remains a welcoming and vibrant community church in Northfield and surrounding towns. Next up, Greenfield Savings Bank. Greenfield Savings Bank members with their mascot, the GSB. We have a Model A Roadster driven by Deb Deskovich and accompanied by Bill Kilpatrick. We have original Ford 1930 updated with a Corvette V8 engine, power disc brakes, and air conditioning, owned and driven by Ken Jordan. A 1936 Ford half-ton pickup, owned by Norm Quasino.
Yeah, he's good over it. He's good.
Next up, we have Pioneer Class of 1963. Rockaway, folks. PVRS Class of 1963. Northfield's Parks and Recreation programs and fun for kids of all ages.
Patterson Farm. Here we come.
Next up, we have Patterson Farm, which harvests in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, growing pumpkins, sod, potatoes, and peppers. Visit their farm. Visit their farm stand on Saturdays and Sundays until the end of October in Hinsdale, New Hampshire. View them on Facebook or at pattersonfarmllc.com. And take a look at the hubcaps as they go by. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Very cool. Bay State Franklin Medical Center, the WOW bus, travels to all the Bay State Health hospitals, as well as into their communities to provide free and low-cost screenings, health education, and counseling to people where they live and work.
Okay, so second group of tractors is coming.
Do you know who this little family before that is? Do we know who the little family before the tractors is?
Do we know these people?
All right.
No.
Do you see who are these people? Do you know?
They're not on here?
I think that's part of this, that second group of tractors.
The second group of tractors?
So all these are old as well.
I would go for
A 1940 Alice Chalmers B tractor owned by Pete LaPlante and driven by Eric Griffin. 1954 Alice Chalmers CA tractor owned by Pete LaPlante and driven by John Hannon. A 1954 Alice Chalmers WD tractor owned by Pete LaPlante and driven by Ron Wisniewski. Next up, a 1972 Massey Ferguson 135 tractor, owned again by Pete LaPlante and driven by Dan Gray.
Looks like the Greenfield police are coming up behind the tractor.
Yep. 1951 Farmall Cub Cadet, driven by Donald Keith. And in the rear of the tractors, a Yanmar 65 tractor, driven by John Bazant.
Now, where's the Greenfield Fire Department?
They're all coming
Yep.
after
But I'm wondering where are they in here?
let's see.
They were supposed to be here, and they're now coming up after the tractors.
Where was their written stuff?
Trying to find
They
it.
were supposed to be here.
Page 4. All right.
Page 4.
They're now coming up behind the
We have the Greenfield Fire Department. The Greenfield Police Department, I'm sorry. Those are obviously police vehicles. Greenfield Police Department vehicle number 1 is Deputy Chief William Gordon. And in vehicle 2, Sergeant Jay Batinsky. And the Special Operations vehicle with Lieutenant Christopher Green.
Yep, you got that. Perfect.
Yep. All right, that's the next
Now
one.
it seems to be back in order again. Absolutely. Yeah. EMS. Oh, that's fine.
That is the Northfield ambulance.
Okay.
One of the
So they
first one came through, but
Next up, we have the Bernardston Fire Department, our friends just to the west. Thank you, Bernardston. It's great cooperation between the local fire departments. We can speak to that personally. Thank you, everybody.
Stingray.
Yeah. But mutual aid. Mutual aid. Yeah. So we have to stop.
back on track a little.
Perfect.
Again, the mutual aid between the towns in the area is absolutely incredibly important. Thank you to Bernardston Fire Department, Bernardston Fire and Rescue. Next up, we have the Northfield Ambulance. Northfield Ambulance number 1, an A 2007 Ford E350 AEV Traumahawk Type 2 ambulance. It's equipped for basic life support. This ambulance has been in continuous operation for 16 years.
That's the guy who took care of my mom.
I'm leaving. Call me if you need me.
Next up, Northfield Ambulance 2, a 2017 Ford F550 Horton Type 1 ambulance. It's equipped for advanced life support.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, we have two 1976 Corvettes. The first owned by Larry and Sharon Jarvis. The next 1976 Corvette Stingray owned by Pete LaPlante. Yeah. 2001 Corvette C5 Coupe with a LS1 V8 engine. It was the first year Corvette had a four-wheel independent suspension system and won the 2001 J.D. Power Award for Best Car for Performance and Execution. It's owned by Sue and Bill Luisino. Thank you. 2004 Corvette convertible owned by Peg and Jim Vore and driven by Colonel Alex Vore, USMC, retired.
not a year younger than Hanson.
Highway department.
Next up is the Northfield Highway Department. And the first vehicle is the 2023 Chevy pickup truck driven by Highway Superintendent Tommy Walker. Tom, you've done so much work to help get ready for this this parade. Thank you. Let's all give Tommy a big round of applause for all the work the Highway Department's done getting ready. Let's give it up for the Franklin County 4-H program. I was in 4-H. 4-H is awesome.
Happy birthday! Just wearing a birthday hat.
I think that's for both of you.
Luckily, you're not on mic.
I should go have coffee.
Mike ambulance.
Oh, is there a pooper scooper?
Yeah. There's people.
Oh, I...
The Northfield Dairy on Maple Street was in business from 1969 to 1978. It was run by Manuel, Martha, and Roger Lopez. This float includes a 1946 farmall tractor from the farm with 4 generations of the Lopez family, including little Maria Lopez Perez.
Yep.
Yes. And you've already done this.
Are all these old? Yes.
Our next group of tractors, a 1963 Massey Ferguson Tractor 35, driven by Lenny Tyler. A 1951 Farmall H tractor, driven by Donald Tyler. A 1946 Ford tractor, driven by Michael Mankowski. A 1992 John Deere 4255 tractor owned by Tyler Farm, driven by Jacob Amato. And a 1978 John Deere 4440 tractor owned by Tyler Farm, driven by Kerry Tyler. Next up, we've got the Pioneer Valley Regional High School class of 1973. It's got a 2021 club car limousine donated by the Northfield Golf Club and driven by Peter Blake, PVRS class of 1973. A 1966 Mustang owned and driven by Lionel Gagnon, PVRS class of 1973. And a 1969 Pontiac GTO convertible owned and driven by Galen and Linda Stearns, PVRS class of 1973. Next up, a 2006 Mustang owned by Scott Beck, driven by Russell Hudson, PVRS class in 1973, accompanied by fellow members of the PVRS class of 1973. Let's welcome the Pioneer Valley Regional School Marching Band, led by drum majors Senior Raven Singh and Griffin DeRuiter, Michael Steens, Maddox Wiggle, and Abigail Wozniak.
Good job.
Again, that mutual aid is crucial. Let's hear it up for the Irving Police Department. Our neighbors to the south, the Irving Police Department. Thank you.
Canine on board.
The Irving Fire Department responds to about 400 calls for service each year. The department is run by Chief Philip Wonka. We've got the Warwick Fire Department, Chief Peter McMichael. Congratulations. The Warwick Fire Department says, congratulations, Northfield, from the students at the Warwick Community School.
Urban community. Oh yeah.
Float from the Warwick Community School, just up the hill to our east. We've got the Northfield Boy Scouts, Troop 9 and Cub Pack 9. Franklin County Regional Animal Control Shelter and the Friends of the Franklin County Regional Dog Shelter. Serving the towns in Franklin County, Director Leslie Colucci. Their mission is to provide a safe, welcoming facility for stray, lost, or unwanted dogs. It's obvious those two are not unwanted. My gosh, those things are adorable. We've got a 1972 Mustang, owned and driven by Doug and Elaine Smith. Doug restored and modified the Mustang with a Corvette hood scoop. They both grew up and lived in West Northfield and now reside in Gill, where they have owned Doug's Auto Body since 1990.
That would be a Corvette. I know, you're good. You're good. Corvette.
We've got a GMC truck with number 45 race car. Sean Stockwell is driving the GMC truck, pulling his son, J.D. Stockwell's number 45 late model race car. J.D. earned 2023 Rookie of the Year at the Monadnock Speedway and at Claremont Motorsports Park. J.D. is marching today with Northfield's junior firefighters.
Who is that? Is that the Northfield Council? Council on Aging? Is that
We've got the Northfield Council on Aging.
okay?
Northfield Council on Aging Director Conleen Letourneau and Program Coordinator Robin Jenkins and some of the members of the Northfield Council on Aging. We've got mainly draft horses and carriage. Driver Keith Ouellette with horse attendants Michaela and Kelsey Ouellette.
Hi, Dottie. We might be going back to the tractors if we start for the farm off.
Next, we've got the Northfield Community Bible Church. Community Bible Church was officially incorporated as a church in Northfield in 1960, but its history can be traced back to Sunday school meetings organized by D.L. Moody. CBC met in the number 3 schoolhouse for many years. Only recently did they move to the building directly behind us here at 105 Main Street. The congregation is now pastored by Pastor Ben Emberly, who transitioned into this role 2 months ago, filling the position his father, Bob Emberly, held for 14 years. And next up, the Brattleboro American Legion Band.
The rest are
We have a 2018 Ford Mustang GT driven by Deborah Johnson.
Did you get that? Kim is the only one that go with the rest of those. Kim McCormick or Kim Spalding, because they're all farmer.
The only one not here?
Correct. Did I see what? No.
She just pressed on the brakes. Hilarious.
It's a high-powered car right there.
Next up, we have our next group of tractors, a 1954 Farmall Super H tractor, driven by Tony Amato Jr. A Farmall 350, owned by Will and Sue Anderson.
So that's what we're doing right now. And that makes sense because that would be a John Deere and that's John Deere.
Followed by a 1954 Farmall Super A tractor driven by Jonathan Bevins. And and a 1953 Farmall Super M tractor driven by Tony Amato Sr.
You let me know. Although I saw a light
Loud, raucous, and full of fun, the Expandable Brass Band is dedicated to spreading joyful music to people of Western Mass and beyond. They're followed by Rock Ridge Farm Stand. Dave and Diane and the staff would like to wish Northfield a happy 350th birthday. On the tractor is Tony. Next is Dave and Chip driving Dave's 1967 Ford Fairland. Dave said it has a few extra horses under the hood. We've got Cameron's Winery and Backroom Brewing just down the street.
I think so. Or tag.
Dr. Thomas and Miss Judas Tagg come from Richmond, New Hampshire, and are pleased to commemorate the 350th anniversary of the founding of Northfield. Dr. and Mrs. Tagg travel around New England participating in celebrations just like this. Next, we have Carrie Tyler, 2 horses and riders, and 1 mini horse with a cart. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. That's amazing.
Please bring it by the brewery later.
Liz, I want one of those. I want a horse and a cart just like that. Oh my gosh.
The horse came from the Amish, and it used to bring the kids to school every day and wait outside and come. And she told me that's where they bought it from, the Amish. It was wait at the school.
Yep. We have the Northfield Bird Club, founded by Nick Fleck, which provides bird and nature walks and programs year-round free of charge to anyone interested in nature. Take a bag of birdseed, check out their website, and plan to come and enjoy a walk and a program. Next is the South Mountain Apiary and the Northfield Golf Club and Snows Landscaping.
Got a big ass combine coming.
Nice lights. They are.
We have the Town of Gill Fire Department, a 2010 Freightliner 2,000-gallon tanker driven by firefighter Borsey, and a 2011 Ford F550 rescue truck driven by firefighter Menson.
We can thank them also for coming.
We know personally. We didn't get any candy.
Huh? You can first. I hear you on that
Actually,
one.
I just had a cap put on. I can't feel it. My cap will fall off my head.
We have some really cool farm equipment from 5 Point Farms down the road, folks. These are all from 5 Point Farm and owned by Bill Llewellyn. We have a combine, a John Deere 9500 combine,
So big we can just sit.
followed by a John Deere 7930, pulling a grain cart, an Easy Trail grain cart.
Your senior day.
That's followed by a John Deere 7230R pulling a harrow, a folding harrow.
Is that out of order? I can tell the difference between a harrow and a mower.
Last in line for 5 Point Farm is a John Deere 7810 pulling a C400 mower. We have the Hinsdale Fire Department, folks. Again, we can't stress enough how important mutual aid is. Our neighbors to the north, the Hinsdale Fire Department.
They
got their white gloves on.
They've got their white gloves. That's top notch.
Those are probably the guys that have to polish the engine. They don't want to get fingerprints on it.
Sorry, life matters. But they wore their fancy. We're still good.
Northeast Paving and Cold River Materials are New England's leading general contractor specializing in producing high-quality construction aggregates, asphalt production, roadway paving, and heavy civil construction. They're dedicated to improving the communities of western Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire. That's a big payloader.
Very cool.
Hey folks, Northfield Paving provide a ton of volunteers for helping today. Can everybody give a round of applause to Northeast Paving for all the volunteers who helped today? Thank you.
We are hiring.
If you didn't notice, they're hiring.
Get to drive the fun truck. Do you know what 721 is?
Nope.
Part of their street sweeper, I believe.
Right, that's what the sign meant, 721.
Don't know. Sunnydale Farm.
Doesn't say what it is.
Sunnydale Farm.
Next up, we have Sunnydale Farm. John Dresser's Sunnydale Farm. They've been a family-owned farm and raised livestock on the mountain in Northfield for over 200 years. They currently have 22 Hereford beef cows. They sell cattle and beef, produce and hay, and maple products, as well as sawmill services and lumber sales. Sunnydale Farm. We have a 1992 International owned by the late Sam Browning and driven by his son Jake.
Does Sunnydale Farm in Northfield?
A 1988 Ford owned by Sam Browning Jr., driven by daughter Samantha. A 1991 International owned by Sam Browning Jr., driven by his cousin Bill.
Oh, cool. He's going to MC for the Shriners.
How are you?
We've got the Department of Conservation and Recreation, their forest fire control, with Smokey the Bear, The Department of Conservation and Recreation is turning 79 this year, folks. They're not as old as Northfield, but let's thank them for all the work they do.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Mark Bebaloni with Melha.
Good to meet you.
No problem.
Northeast Paving again. Thanks for all the help volunteering today, folks. Thank you, Northeast Paving.
All right.
Good afternoon, Northfield. And now approaching Melha Shriners. This is our 126th year as a shrine temple in the greater Western Mass area. In the front is Ed Hastings. He is our parade marshal. Then we have the Legion of Honor. All those members have served in the armed forces, and they carry the official flags of all the countries represented by the shrine centers, as well as our state and shrine flags. Next we have the riders, and in the red motorcycle is our illustrious potentate, Randy Wessels. The potentate happens to be the president of the Shriners for that year. So this year he is our president. In the front, in the black Corvette, is the president of the directors. They are the individuals who do all the tours at our medical center in Springfield. That's Randy Wessels there. We also have a member in a mini chopper. Those are the small motorcycles. And here we have Haji. As they say, they are the parade. We have Brian in one of the drift trikes, AKA an adult big wheel. We have the mini big rigs. As you can see, all the mini big rigs have sponsorships on them. All these companies support Melha Shriners and our endeavors. Next, we have the trikes. Everyone loves seeing the trikes doing their wheelies. We have a Garrett in his Model T. And we have Doc in his quad. And the world-famous Melha Clowns.
You guys have way too much fun.
Oh, we have too much fun. That we do. And followed by my favorite, the Mini Monsters. We do have fun. As they say, their motto is, "We are the parade," because everyone wants to see them.
I'd love to see the guys smile and do a deal and I break my back. Even the big kids like it.
Oh, it was my favorite. I love this. And bringing up the tail end is our world-famous ramp truck and go-karts. You have to have a pretty much nervous steel to go up that ramp while it's moving. But they have fun. As we say, we do it for the kids. Does it not look like they're having a good time? So every parade that you see that we do helps our endeavors supporting our 22 hospitals and institutions throughout the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the Melha Shriners. Thank you very much.
Can we hear it again for the Shriners? That's really cool. Look at the grins on those guys. Who says you have to grow up? Hey, folks, this has been an absolutely amazing parade. I just want to remind folks that the fun is not over for the day. There are events that start at 4 down at the brewery at 4 Star Farms on Pine Meadow Road. Just go down this road about 3.5 miles, take a right on Pine Meadow, go about another mile and a half. You'll see it on the right. There's Touch a Truck. We've got some great equipment down there. From Northeast Paving, we have some face painting going on. We have a sandbox donated by Northeast Paving. There's going to be food. There's great drinks. There's music. Christopher Worth, Sean Callahan, Judy Scott will all be playing. Fireworks at 8 o'clock down there at the brewery. And that doesn't even end the events for the 350th anniversary. So these events will be going on through the end of the year. While today is probably the biggest day of the town's anniversary, there are events going on through December 31st. So follow the Northfield Town's website and the 350th website. Thank you, everybody. And folks, to my right up here at the announcer stand is Stacy. Stacy has been an amazing organizer of the 350th. Stacy, give everybody a wave. Let's all give a round for Stacy. Thank you, everybody. The parade's starting again, folks. The same people are coming around again. Stacy, you're amazing.